Good morning.
Good morning.
So how are you all?
Feeling good, looking good.
Feeling good, looking good. Yesterday what you have discussed about that one. So today we are going to take a very important, means very interesting subject. I think you can view on the screen.
Yes.
What is that? Can you read?
Action, proaction,
reaction, proaction.
Okay. In action you have the two types of things. One is reacting and proacting. React and proact. Reacting and proacting, you can say. So whenever you get anything from anyone, means any words, okay, any action from any of your colleagues or your friends or your neighbors or your relatives, suddenly you do something, okay, some words, some body languages, some feelings, some action in your face. So these are all called in a what? Actions. In which action it is? Reaction, you can say. Reacting. Reacting in the sense, you can give the Newton's third law also.
Yeah.
If you throw a ball, what happens?
It comes back.
At the same speed, within a moment, the ball will come back from the wall. If you hit the ball, once again, at the same speed it will come back. It is called a reacting. Okay. So, today's our subject is, we will give the more important for the proaction. What is this proaction? Proacting. Assume that you are working in some company. Already you are working in the company.
Yes.
There is no any assuming. Already you are working.
Yes.
So, whenever you will listen some information, some quotation, some guidelines, or some queries, some questions, some sentence from your boss or from your colleagues,
Okay.
what you have to, how you have to take that one? That is main important. Are you going to take in the positive way? Are you going to take in the depressing way? Are you taking it in a very, very angry? Are you taking in the very senseful manner? So how you are taking that words, that is more important. According to how you are going to take that words, it will depends how you will give the reaction about that. If you give with very meaningful order, and if you take that one, then you are able to give the very meaningful order. The proacting is taking that information and you have to give some time. Reaction is not having any time sense over there. You are not taking any time over there. That's why I given Newton's third law. Suddenly it will come outside. If you blame anything, suddenly you will blame. You will not have the sense at that time, patience at that time. Why he blamed us? What mistake is done by from us? Getting what I like to say?
Yeah.
So, at that time you are not having the patience. After taking that words, our mind starts thinking negative. Why he told like that? So tell him again. If you blame one, if you given the blame one, you will give the two. You will multiply that and you will give the two. Is it happens?
Happens.
So many times it will happen. When you are traveling on the bus, if anyone is going to say you, will you please move little bit front? What do you say? Why? Can't you see? The people are standing in front of you, in front of me. How I can move? So we are not thinking why he is saying. Okay. He is carrying some bags and he is carrying a small baby in his hand. That's why he is requesting you. We are not having that much of patience to look over him. Just suddenly we will scold him. Can't you see? The people are standing in front of me. How I can move that one? With a very rigid way. It's very inconvenient way. You will give our thoughts against to him. Okay. In that you have to give some time for that. Why he requested us? Correct? After that, you can give some time and you can say him, sorry sir, the people's crowd is more. I can't move. See, I am also standing in a single leg. Okay. You have a chance to that one. You can explain your status over there, what status you are feeling in that present moment. If you once convince him, once you succeed to explain your status on that time, he may convince, he may give the chance to you, he may excuse you, he may give guidance to you in that time. So many chances are there to come over from that reaction. But you will not have that much of patience. Paying some sense, that is called patience. At that time, paying some sense, that is called a patience. Getting what I am saying, what I like to say.
Yeah.
Okay. The proaction, whenever you listen something from your boss, from your teachers, why he said to me? So you have to put a small question over there. Why he is inducting me? Why he is find out my mistakes only? Okay. Why you are not going to take the positive things from that? Okay. See, in a school, if the teacher is always finding the mistake for one particular boy, at that time, that boy will start depressing. That is natural. So, that boy starts thinking, you have to make him to think like that. See, your teacher is giving more concentration on you. Your teacher don't want to make a single mistake from you. They want to make errorless. They want to make you zero defect. They want to make you zero defect. So you have to say thanks to your teacher. Because every small point they are holding you. Okay, they are guiding you. They are showing your errors. You have to be thankful to them. In future, you will come out of those all errors. So in that way, if that kid is start thinking, okay, the parents should motivate that kids like that, to think like that. Suddenly he will overcome from that depressions. He start thinking to take those all thoughts, the whatever thoughts coming from his teacher in a positive way. So this is the small example in the school what things are going. In your workplace also the things will happen. Assume that there is some 3 to 4 people are working under by you in your hand. If you are working senior manager, some clerks and some work engineers, they are working under you in your hands. At that time, if they are not satisfied with your commands, if you are taking any action, that is called a reaction. The what they are giving the work against to you. You are not satisfied and you are giving the reaction. Instead of that, you can make a meeting. You can call that person and along with his colleagues, and you also attend to that meeting and you can discuss with that person. See, I have given these are the instruction to you and you have did your work in this format. Can you explain how it comes? He may be right. Sometimes you may be wrong. He may be have the good idea. But the way of presenting that idea, maybe some mistake will be there on his part. Okay. Just you have to sit together. You have to communicate with him in a proper way. And you can ask him, what exactly you want to do? What you want to say against this particular work? How this work should be solved? Getting what I am saying?
Yes.
Like this, if you go through that along with that person, asking his queries, asking his problems, asking his ideas, okay, if you given chance to explain those all things in the meeting, he will be very happy on you. He is stop talking on your back. He will come and he will sit in front of you and he will come with his ideas. Sir, see, you have given these are the work, these are the project. You have told you to solve these all things in this particular software. I have did these all things in this particular software. Is it okay, sir? Even though it will take the more time to solve these things, to develop that software, but ultimately give you the good service. The installation will be very easy. The user will be very happy. This will be user friendly software you can make by using these particular softwares. But what we are thinking, the work should complete faster. But what that your colleague is thinking, he want to user convenience. In future also, the company should get the more project. For that he is thinking about that. Certainly his things is good. The whatever thoughts are rising in his mind, they are good. So why don't you take those all things? So you can call him and you can explain those things. Yes, you can do like that also. But these are some problems are there. Can you solve these things in that software? Can you make it easy to understand all the stuff what you are having? Can you give the training for these all peoples to do those all things, to do these all things? If once he is convinced, then that reaction will stop. And this is what is proaction. Proacting, promoting ourselves to listen others. If you listen others, 100%, 50% problem will be solved. If anyone will comes, your co-worker will come. If you listen his problems carefully, so 50% is solved. He comes 100% queries, and if you listen 100% neatly, so what he will start thinking, yes, he listened correctly, I think he will solve it. So that hope is built on you. That is proacting. You are proacting. You are having the proacting against him. Listen first. The what thing they want to say. You have to listen very carefully, and you have to sit with him. You have to call your manager, your boss, and also your higher peoples. Okay, and you have to call those people also. See, he is my junior, and he is having some ideas regarding this one. So these are the queries and these are things. And your boss will also come, and he will not going to scold you, because these people are having these ideas. And they will sit together, and we will sit together. After that, you can have some result. That result is by proacting, getting the promoting to all. Okay. See, assume that in some companies, some two juniors are fighting to each other. They are pulling their legs. If any mistake is done by A, the B will come and B will complain. If any mistake is done by B, means A will come and complains. So like that. So always they are fighting to each other. They building to each other. At that time you have to call both. And what are the problem you are having? What are the problem you are having? And you have to put those all problems. You have to convince those people. See, he is mastering in that particular developing the program. You are mastering in developing the background support. Means in software, the whatever version comes. So at that time, so you can make them join. So then, if you once succeed in convincing those people, that is proacting. Okay, just calling them, blaming, hey, why you are doing like that? Why you are doing like that? Without listening, what the problem is facing, A is facing from the B, and B is facing from the A. If you are not listening those all problems, without listening, if you are giving any information, any result for them, so that is not digested by those people. Once again, they both will blame you. Instead of that, you have to call those two persons and sit together and discuss what problem they are facing to each other, and what best suggestion you can give. So like that, you have to go along with those people. That is called a proacting. So lot of the company, earlier, only reaction will be taken. If any employee is going to do something, they will call and they will dismiss those things, those people. Now they are not going to go for that hard decision. They will call those persons, they will sit together, what are the problems we have, why you are doing these things, do you want any trainings, do you want any help from this one, the HR people are there, so the counseling people are there. Just they will call to them and they will sit together and they will give the solution for that problem. By doing this one, company will grow very fastly and they will get the very good employee support also. So that is called a proaction. Just doing the only reaction, remove the peoples, from the company means they will go another company, other people will come, they will not have that much of faith. Okay, if you're doing supplying this support to that employees, helping them in all the way, physically, mentally, and these all things, whatever problem they have, solving this Proaction, so there will be faith on the company. Company will gradually comes on the top. So these are the difference between Proaction and reaction. So I think you understood.
Yeah.
So as you know, my name is Shivayogi Abbigeri. We are conducting the personal development classes for all related cooperative companies and corporate companies and some social NGOs also, and colleges, schools also. For that you can contact me also. My number is 988062125. Thank you.